this, guys, super excited to see what's inside of this box from PSC. Let's go ahead. Shout out to PSC for the careful packaging. Here it is, guys, everything out of the box from PSC. Everything looks super well made. Just take a look at the reservoir right here. All of this system is actually made to work together with the steering box that I have, so let's get that installed on my JK. And before we get started, I'm going to make a quick video real quick just so you have an idea of how does it feel to turn 40-inch tires when the car is not moving with a stock steering box, a stock pump, and everything else. As you saw there, that was as much as I could turn because the stock steering pump doesn't give enough pressure to the steering box to turn those 40-inch tires. So I had the steering wheel at full lock and that was as much as I could turn. Let me give you a quick explanation how the power system works. That pump right there has fluid in it. That fluid is sent with pressure to the steering box, which is right here. The steering box has a pitman arm. This pitman arm is connected to the drag link, which is tied to the knuckle. Now, when that knuckle moves, we have a tie rod here. This is what makes the tires move side to side. Now, when you upgrade to bigger tires like this one, you have your Jeep that weighs a ton more. We need to send oil at higher pressures to the steering box so the steering box is able to handle all of that load and move it a lot easier. Now, the stock steering box is weak. With those 40-inch tires, you can snap it in two. So to get rid of the weak link with the steering box, PSC makes a very nice heavy-duty steering box. This one is a big bore steering box, non-ported for hydro. Guys, take a look at the width of the sector shaft right here. Just take a look at this nut here. Pitman arm is a lot beefier, as well as the pump itself is massive. Take a look at the sector shaft. It's very small. Airbox and air filter, all of that had to go so we can have better access to the pump. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna remove the accessory belt, then remove the pump, which has the bolts in here, disconnect the lines. We're gonna make a little bit of a mess here of fluid, then remove the lines from the steering box. We're starting to work on the car, but I was reading the PSC instructions and I had two things to do on the Jeep. One, replace the valve cover gaskets and the intake manifold gasket. With all the new hoses and the reservoir on the way, this was just a better time to do it. I was not ready for it, but you guessed it right, I'm doing that right now. So let me show you. Here it is, we just removed the intake manifold. Here's the gasket, and it's just a mess. There was no gasket anymore. I'm going to replace this gasket, I have it here, and the valve cover gaskets. Don't forget to stay hydrated, take a little break while you're working. Let me show you what we're doing here. Cleaning the intake manifold, we're almost there. Let's go. This is the new gasket that's going to replace this one. This one is just gross, nasty. Look at that mixture of oil and coolant. No good. So we are prepping the surface. We have to add some RTV to the corners. And let's make the 3.8 great again. New gasket has been installed. Exhaust manifold is all cleaned up, as well as the intake manifold. We're gonna change the gaskets, which we have here. We're gonna replace these ones to this one. The PSC pump is finally installed. I already went ahead and cut the high pressure lines. I already removed the reservoir. All I have to do now is remove the steering box, and then all of these boxes that we have here from PSC will be installed on the JK. Look at this beauty right here. I had to remove the grill to cut lines. That's by instructions of PSC. Look at my face right here.
24 hours later.
Good morning guys. As you can see, early in the morning, I just woke up and went straight to this. This is where we are with the PSC installation. Now we are going to remove the steering box, which has these 4 bolts right here. To remove the spring, because with the lift that I have front end stretch a few inches to the front, so the spring was on the way of these 2 bolts here, and I don't want to mess up that beautiful powder coating. I don't know how I'm going to do this. PSC says use 2 persons for this because the steering box is heavy. Let's see. There is nothing that we haven't done before difficult like this, so let's give it a try. And just like that, we were able to remove the OEM steering box. Let me bring the PSC to put it side to side for a comparison. This is the PSC big bore steering box, and this is the OEM one that comes in the JKs. Let me show you. Look at the sector shaft on this one. Look how massive this is versus that little one. Like side to side. Take a look at the pitman arm as well, a lot beefier. This middle section here, look at that. It looks like I can snap this in two. I don't even know how I'm going to put this one in here by myself. Let's see. My God, I cannot even feel my legs. So I will spend a good hour in the sun trying to put this gearbox right here.
Few moments later.
All right. Quick update. We already have the oil cooler for the fluid, the power steering fluid already installed. Nothing crazy. Line it up, drill 2 bolts onto this frame right here, route the hoses, and we already have the reservoir connect. This is the line that goes to the pump. This is the line that goes to the oil cooler, and these are the ones that go to the steering box. So far, so good. The last step is to install this bulb right here, which we're going to put where the oil power steering reservoir used to be. Ignore my hand, but everything is finally bolted in, connected, and with fluid. I had a little bit of issues with injector number 3 and 4. It turned out to be the connector that was not connected properly, but I had to take the intake manifold and a bunch of stuff, but everything is working now. We are in the stage of the bleeding process, which takes some time. First, I have to just pour fluid, wait until it bottoms out, pour fluid, then I have to turn the steering wheel side to side without turning the engine. I have to jack up the vehicle. I have to wait about 10 minutes for the engine to cool down. Just redo the entire process again 3 or 4 times. Once I'm done with that, I have to check the fluid again and drive the vehicle.